What's up, guys? Welcome to In the Tank. I am your host, Jauz. If you don't know who I am a full-time music producer and international touring DJ. And this is my brand new podcast where I bring my friends on to talk about life and current events and what's going on in the world. And most importantly, try to have conversations where you learn something every single episode that you can apply to change your life, whether it's in a super tiny way or a super massive way. And this episode is no exception to that rule. Today, you are going to watch or listen to, depending on where you are checking out In the Tank, an interview I did with a longtime friend of mine. He goes by the name of GRiZ, music producer originally from Detroit who lives in Denver. He has for a long time now. I've known GRiZ forever. We just put out a song together called No Doubt. And so I figured to both celebrate the song and celebrate the brand new podcast, I didn't think there was much better of a guest to bring on the show than Grant. I'm such a huge fan of his, both as far as music goes and also as a person. I respect his views on life a lot, and I thought it would be a really great conversation. We kept it pretty lighthearted, but we definitely got into some real shit at certain points through the podcast. You're gonna learn a ton about me, about GRiZ. Hopefully you're gonna learn a ton about yourself. It's a really awesome episode. I can't wait for you guys to listen. So why don't I shut up and get on with it? Whether this is your first time checking out the podcast or you are a regular, I still want to let you guys know, whether you are watching this on YouTube or listening to the podcast, anywhere that podcasts are available, In the Tank is recorded live on my Twitch channel every single Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you want to come hang out with us, get in the chat. As you're going to hear in this episode, we take a lot of questions from the chat. We react to the chat. And it's a blast. So come in, learn something, and be part of the podcast in real time. It's twitch.tv/Jauz official. That's Jauz official. 5 p.m. every single Thursday Pacific Standard Time. With that said, let's get into the episode. Hold on. No one can see you yet. Now everyone can see you. Everyone say hello to the most beautiful man in dance music who goes by the name of GRiZ. Yeah.
What up?
How you doing, man? I mean,
I'm really good.
It's weird to give you this big intro and say, hey, what's up, considering we were literally talking 30 seconds before this.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
It all flows like that, though.
It's cool. I'm still learning this whole podcast thing, you know. It's
you got such a good voice for it, though, and I feel like your energy is real smooth. Like, it really works.
You know, honestly, that's literally why. By the way, everyone is saying hello to you. They're saying, "What a beautiful man." They're saying, "Hi, GRiZ."
Hey,
everyone, honestly, everyone is so stoked that you're here.
Look at all you beautiful people, though, for real. It's not just us.
Yeah, it's not just us, and it's also not just the regulars. We are currently on the Twitch front page. We got a whole bunch of people watching our faces right now.
Yeah, I'm such a big fan of Twitch. I'm on Twitch at least like twice a day.
Yeah?
For a few hours. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's sick. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's probably a pretty good place to start. I
gotta check in with the fam. I gotta check in with Lupo. I gotta check in with Cloaksy. See how they're doing.
Do you actually know those guys?
I don't know Cloaksy, but I've talked with Ben a bit.
That's tight.
He's like I'm just trying to be like Dr. Lupo. I'm trying to be the EDM Dr. Lupo.
I feel that. I'm trying to be the EDM Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
not in every way. Not in every way, you know what I'm saying? But specifically in the podcast, talking to homies, like, you know, like my whole goal with doing this podcast is obviously to bring, you know, my homies like you on, but also like I want it to be like so little actually about music and so much more about like people and shit going on in the world, and like, you know, kind of helping people learn things about, you know, themselves and their lives. Which, like, you know, if you guys were around for our IG live that we did yesterday, which was basically a mini version of this, it wasn't even that many. We were on for a hot minute. Like we got into some deep shit, bro. Like
medium.
deep.
It was schmedium.
Schmedium.
It was schmedium.
Yeah, schmedium. Okay. But yeah, we can start it off, you know, kind of lighthearted, easy, you know, kind of wade our ways into the water. You know what I'm saying?
Can I hit you with something?
Yeah, go for it.
So this podcast is called, I think it's called All Fantasy Everything.
Okay. Is it a D&D podcast?
It's not.
Okay.
There's a bunch of really good DMD podcasts, and I do listen to some of them sometimes. And I get to play my campaign this weekend, so I'm so excited for that.
Fire.
Yeah, and it's my buddy's birthday, and our DM gives out like a bonus magical item for like your birthday gift. I'm excited to see what he gets. It'll probably be something super fire. Anyways, so on All Fantasy Everything, they do fantasy drafts for stuff. So like there'll be like a fantasy draft for best electronics from 2000 to 2010. And so you have to give you like your top like 5 things, and then your reasons why, whatever.
Okay.
So in the spirit of spooky season, I was thinking like,
wow. Hold up. Cash App just came into the chat and dropped how many subs? Cash App just came in, dropped 69 subs on the chat.
Yeah.
You fucking love it. You love to see it. Oh my god. It's the golden number of Twitch, dude. Shout out to Cash App. Everyone, we love Cash App. All my homies love Cash App. Big ups. Okay, so All Fantasy Everything. Keep going.
So let's do a fantasy draft of your if you could fantasy draft scary movies or for a spooky season, what would be your top 3 movies?
Whoa. Is this my podcast? Are you interviewing me right now? What's happening? Yeah. What's going on right now?
Reality is a weird thing,
I'm freaking out, bro.
Yeah.
I think I just got taken over by the GRiZ master, dude. Yeah. Okay, so fantasy draft top 3 scary movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. What did we watch last night? Oh, are you a big scary movie person?
Listen, I'm a big movie person.
Okay.
And scary movies, I like a good scary movie, but I can only do I think there's a difference, a fundamental difference between like a scary movie, that's like scary, and like a good scary movie that like it will shake me to my core for like a good month. Like every single time I I turn the lights off and I get into bed, I'm gonna look, scan through the darkness and be like, I swear, God,
I hate that shit. I hate that shit. I hate that shit, bro. Like, I actually used to never ever watch scary movies when I was a kid. Literally never. As I got older, I got into it, but I think I figured out the kind of scary movies that I like. You know what I mean?
What was the first scary movie that you saw? You're like, that's just too much for me.
I mean, honestly, I
want to see it in chat. I want to see it in chat too. But let's hear it, Sam.
Fuck, dude. I don't know if I could pick like the first scary movie that I was like, nah, fuck this. Wow, gifted subs are going nuts in the chat right now. Piff with 5, Ligma with 5. You guys are insane.
Ligma, for real, Ligma. Like I watched Ligma on playing Among Us.
Yeah.
The one.
Yeah. Ligma from Among Us. Yeah, that's the homie.
Let's go.
When I play Among Us, and we'll do it again. Like I told you, I just have homies from chat just come in and play. I mean, that's the vibe. You know what I mean? And they're all way better.
Ligma's got scary strats. Ligma's got spooky strats.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, anyways, go for it.
Okay, so the kind of scary movies that I can't deal with are the ones that are like too realistic. You know what I mean? Like the other night we watched what's it called? The original The Conjuring, right? The Conjuring I'm totally cool with.
Real.
I'm just not the kind of person that's like, "Oh my god, possession is real." Like that shit doesn't freak me out so bad. What freaks me out way more is shit like The Purge, bro.
Really, I feel like it's kind of like a slasher. It's like almost overdone, so it's almost goofy to me.
No, it
Where
is, but the
I'm like,
concept, you know what I mean?
right,
Like
because you feel like we're almost like
especially now, bro. Like we're literally 2 months
we
from
could
the
be
purge.
like
Yeah. So like I don't know. So okay, so last night we've been watching scary movies like every night. I watched this movie for the very first time last night. You're a film buff.
okay.
You're a scary movie buff. I should be a film buff. I actually went to film school for college. So
Oh my god, did you really? No way, you did not.
yeah, I went to Loyola Marymount for film for a year, and then I dropped
I
out.
have so many questions, but like maybe I could just get rapid fire answers, but I don't want to play it like that. So, anyways, go ahead.
I watched for the first time last night Psycho, like 1960s Psycho.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was so bored. And this is part of the reason that I dropped out of film school, bro. Like
He said I got bored.
okay.
Chad, did you guys watch Psycho and did you get bored watching Psycho?
Bro, how can you not get bored watching Psycho? Come on.
It's about the build up. It's about anticipation.
Dude, it was literally it was like an hour and 40 minutes of build up for 5 minutes of it's a dude in a dress. Sorry if I just spoiled the movie for you. I apologize, but it's from 1960, so I would assume that most people have watched it by now. But
appreciate a good spoiler alert around here. I'm just saying. But,
yeah.
Future.
Yeah, next time.
Before I just drop it on you, I actually did that. Okay, so I have a story. One of my all time most fucked me up scary movies, like the scariest thing that I couldn't can you see? I have like goosebumps. I have fucking goosebumps. Fucking whatever. You can't even.
You haven't even said the name of the movie.
I don't want to, but that's okay. Hereditary. That movie.
Oh, yeah. See, okay. I haven't watched Hereditary yet because I'm pretty positive that it would end my life.
It's so good. It's such a good movie. And it's crazy because halfway through you're like, wait, I thought it was supposed to be this, and it's not. And then all of a sudden it completely destroys your world. Like it just was too much.
Yeah. I did watch. Dennett in the chat said Hereditary and Midsommar were so good. Hereditary and Midsommar were the same dude, right?
Yep, that's right. So because Hereditary screwed me up so much, and I wanted to watch Midsommar really badly, but I didn't want to go through the emotional pain of this movie.
Right.
And this director, I forgot what the director's name was. Maybe Chad can help. But the reason why they do so well, I think, in their films is the way that they just paint the picture and set the scene. I think that's with most scary films, is it's so scary because you really you can't just dive into the middle of a scary movie and it's scary. It just kind of seems random and not that scary. So because I knew that, I was like, all right, cool. I can just dive into the middle of this movie, kind of get the plot. I just wanted to.
You went into the middle of Midsommar?
Wanted to sample it, Sam, okay? Because I wasn't ready for the whole thing.
Bro.
I couldn't fucking handle it, dude. I didn't want to handle it.
Midsommar is one of my favorite scary movies ever.
I watched it backwards.
Oh my god. I mean, honestly though, with that movie, without, a crazy
spoiler alert,
I feel like that actually almost works. You watch the end of Midsommar and you're like, what the fuck? And then you go watch it from the front and you're like, it might even be more scary because you know what's happening at the end and you're like, they don't see it. They don't see it. You know what I mean?
The reason why I didn't want to watch it is because I saw this meme or something like that. That was movie scary movie makes you afraid of ghosts, scary movie makes you afraid of the dark, scary movie makes you afraid of whatever, and then it was Midsommar makes you afraid of sunlight, and I was like, that's where I draw the fucking line, man.
Okay, you know what, I saw that same fucking meme, and for that exact reason I could not watch the movie. I don't even think it was that scary, to be honest, but I thought that just the concept and the storytelling of Midsommar was unbelievable.
All right, so what's your scariest movie then? If that one wasn't that scary, you should also watch Hereditary because I thought it was Even though I watched it backwards in snippets, I still thought it was way better. You can't take my opinion for that.
Wait, you watched Hereditary backwards too?
Oh fuck no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I was watching Hereditary and I had to stop it halfway through because I had to go get a massage that day. So weird. It was so weird.
That is not a vibe. How do you like fucking you're halfway through a scary movie, which is basically the apex of a scary movie, when you're like shitting your pants the most, and then you like go out and get a relaxing massage in the dark with your eyes closed.
You just gotta let me be weird sometimes, man. Just let me be weird.
I mean, you do you, boo. Like, I'm not here trying to tell you to change your life, but just that's you are braver than I, my dude. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so Sam's scariest movie of all time is?
Honestly, dude, like, I would probably have to pick shit like The Ring and The Grudge, like that I watched when I was super young, because those movies, bro. Okay, so the first time I watched The Ring, I think I was 11 or 12, right? Yeah. It had like just come out, and we were watching.
Yeah, just so much.
Stop it. Not funny.
I'll leave you a voicemail.
Okay. So we watched it at my homie's house. I was literally like 2 houses down from me, right? Like, it was like a 35-second walk. You know what I mean? Like, I lived on the top of a hill, and then like 2 houses down the hill from me was him. And I grew up in Northern California, where it gets super foggy. So we watched the movie. I'm shitting my pants. We go to bed.
Gotcha.
I wake up in the morning to walk back to my house for breakfast. And
so sleep over.
Yeah. And I wake up in the morning to go get breakfast at my house, and the entire mountain is covered in fog so thick you can't see in front of your fucking face. And I swear that 35-second fucking walk to my house was the most scared I've ever been in my entire life. Because
what did you think was going to happen?
I thought the Ring girl was going to come out and get me, dude. I was like...
Dude, she pops out of TVs, man. You're good. As long as you're not at a Best Buy, you're fine.
I don't know, dude. She comes out of TV. Sure, there was a TV in my friend's house. There's a TV in my house. She could have climbed out of the TV and walked up the fucking hill behind me, dude. You have no idea. I had no idea.
Watch out for a well, too.
Yeah, luckily no wells. No wells. Yeah, but
that's good.
Yeah, so that was like, I think why I got turned off to scary movies for so long is because
they're scary.
Of when I was younger, I watched scary movies and it like really did me in. So I just like, I kind of wrote them off. And now that I'm older, I'm watching them and I'm like able to have the mental fortitude to be like, all right, like this shit is not real. But then every scary movie is like based on a true story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And even when they're not, it's just I'm like believing it halfway through anyways. I'm like, yo, like, can you believe that this actually is real? Like, so real. Like, okay, so like I get so like the Paranormal Activity movies were pretty, like, I thought that those were like pretty extra specially creepy. And it was such a new format, like the entire movie was shot on like GoPros.
Yeah.
Like they're like, all right, we have $10,000 to make a movie. How can we do it? And someone's like, yo, chill. GoPros, the entire thing, low budget. They're gonna love it. They already did it with a camcorder with Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
We're just taking that to the
now. What's next is the like 2022 version of that. Is they're just gonna shoot it all on iPhones.
Yo, they already did that.
I know.
Already did that. That was what was that movie? It was like the social media like monster or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. That sounds fucking dumb.
It was dumb, but it was scary though, and it was kind of like because I feel like that within the scary movie genre, there's like different kinds of scary. There's like the totally unbelievably scary, but it's like a cute scary. You're
Multi in the chat said that the movie you're talking about is called Unfriended, and the name is as dumb as what I expected.
Yeah, and so like you can watch that movie and totally just like it's like scary enough to like just like ooh, be like, ooh, that was like cute and scary. Like
Yeah.
I can like totally go to sleep and I'm like fine, you know. But then there's like the other scary movies that's really gonna just stick with me for a super long time. Like even like the slow burn kind of ones, like maybe more classic like the Sixth Sense, you know, and you can kind of
Okay.
like go back to that film and
Is the
like
Sixth
and like
Sense a scary movie? Is that supposed to be
yeah,
scary?
oh yeah,
See,
definitely. That's it.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like that falls in more like the psychological thriller realm.
Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Did you see the Babadook?
The who?
You haven't seen it.
The Babadook?
Yeah, the Babadook, Dook, bro.
The Babadook.
Yeah.
What the? Enlighten me.
Okay, so I thought it was a good example to bring up. Like this is a very like it's like a big time like thriller.
Okay.
It's really scary. At its core, it feels like a really like horrifying movie, but also at the same time, it feels like oh, like there's a way deeper message here, and maybe we can unpack this entire thing as a psychological thriller that really feels like there's a lot to learn here.
Someone in chat says I'm Baba Shook.
Babadook. Yo, you should watch that one.
Okay. Okay. We're looking for new scary movies to watch, like literally like one a night. So I'll put that on the list.
It's one of my favorite ones.
Okay. Okay. So
Like,
wait, I wanna transition real quick. Same, but different, but still same. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
So you're obviously film buff, scary movie buff. But we started this conversation with you talking about how you're always on Twitch. Big fan of Twitch. Shout out Twitch. Shout out the platform. Shout out the front page. Shout out everyone in the chat right now.
Big fan.
How do you feel about playing scary games? Do you watch people on Twitch playing scary games? Because it's like one of the biggest things for people who are pro streamers to do is play games that scare the living shit out of them.
Yes, so yeah, big time. I was watching oh my gosh, fuck. Jordan Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching him play Phasmophobia.
That's what everyone in the chat is saying right now. Multi, who's one of the regulars in my chat, is always trying to get me to play that game, and I refuse.
It looks so dope. You should play it.
I mean,
I'm jealous because I'm working on this PC build thing, so I can't.
We're gonna make it happen, bro.
Now.
We're gonna make it happen. No. Trust. I got you.
I know. I almost don't even want to I'm like I can't even like admit it, so I'm not even gonna like talk too deep into it right now. So we're just gonna like shelf that right now. Like, but
wait. Now you are making me want to dig deeper. I don't even know what you're.
I just don't. Man, I'm just not a PC gamer right now. You know, so like.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like I thought there was some like deep seated like like someone who was a Windows professional made fun of me once when I was in middle school, and so I'm like scared of using a Windows platform, and every time I see the Windows logo, it makes me cower in fear. There's nothing like that.
Bro, you know how much time I spent with that animated little clip, little paper clip?
Yeah, Mr. Clip, dude.
Damn, that like one of my best homies. I kind of want to get a tattoo of him because just to shouts out for the fam for life, you know.
Yeah, that's an OG right there.
There's also this like the OG PC game. It was like a golf game, and I was like really into playing that when I was like 7. It was like this golf game. It was like very realistic, like golf. It was like it was like an early ass like PGA Tour golf game. I love it, and I also learned what the video games are good for you because I learned two words through video games that I'm very maybe it's just like an embarrassing thing, but whatever. I learned the word mulligan from that golf game when I was really young.
Bro, where else are you gonna learn the word mulligan other than nerd shit, dude? Mulligan from playing Magic the Gathering or from playing a fucking video game. That's the only place you're learning the word mulligan.
Don't get me started with fucking Magic, dude. Shit.
Yeah. But I mean, so I'm
too competitive for that game. I can't play it anymore because I get too upset if I lose.
And then you spend all your money on fucking booster packs.
Yeah.
So do you and I'm glad that we're on this topic right now because I feel like, you know,
Topic are we on? We've gone from like
just nerd shit, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Just
okay,
nerd
sure,
shit
sure,
in
sure.
general. And, you know,
Okay.
especially being on the platform that is Twitch and having a lot of people who are here who know us and especially know you because I mean I stream pretty frequently now, but you don't quite as much. But you know, a lot of people who are here to listen to you talk right now or could also be watching this on YouTube or on a VOD on Twitch or as a podcast, wherever podcasts are available, because that's where this will live. Eventually, it will always live forever, everywhere. They might not even know who you are. You know what I mean? And they're like, "Oh, this is a musician guy." I feel like the similarities between or the Venn diagram of music producer and lover of all things nerd is like so close. You know what I mean? And I love talking about it because I don't know, like we're like the new generation of rock stars, but instead of actually being rock stars who like do horrible things and like, you know, objectify people and like, you know, are like just partying super hard, like a lot of us just like love being nerds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Dude, we spent like 2 hours in like a single store in Akihabara in Tokyo.
Fire.
Like going through like which I don't it's like I don't even know how to describe what that is to it's like a city of
Nerd shit.
of nerd shit.
Yeah.
Like a city.
Yeah. Akihabara is like one of the weirdest, dopest places I've ever been. It's
so
like
weird. So
like
cool.
it's like imagine going to like I don't know, Orlando, but instead of there being just like tons of theme parks and hotels, it's just like literally 400 miles of just like trading card stores and figurine stores and like it's like the world's largest oh man, what was that? Games Workshop?
Imagine going to Costco.
Okay.
And every single thing in there is related to a trading card game, like Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic the Gathering, or you know, like similar avenues. And that's just one level of the 13 floors of Costco stacked on top of each other.
Yeah,
is a singular building within the next 20 buildings that all have similar things.
Yeah, bro. Yes, if anyone is confused about what we're talking about Akihabara, which is a part of Tokyo in Japan. And it is, if you are a lover of anything, you know, manga, fucking video game, whatever related, you have to go. It is Mecca. That's what it is. It's Mecca for sure. Okay, now we're off on a tangent. I had a reason that I was trying to talk about. Oh, you know what? Whatever, we can do it now.
Okay.
I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Because I mean, bro, like, I mean, okay, I'm a nerd, right? I am a very loudly self-proclaimed nerd. I love it. I love all things, you know, fantasy, video games, board games, whatever. I've never played an actual paper version of Dungeons and Dragons in my life. Ever. I didn't even think people still did that. And then I heard you talk about it. And then I've heard like Must Die talk about it and Eptic and all these people that I'm friends with. And I'm like, where have I been this whole time that everyone is just like on Sundays hopping on Zoom or Discord or whatever it is and like doing paperback fucking Dungeons and Dragons with the homies? So like how long have you been playing D&D?
I think I'm still really, really young at it.
Okay, so you didn't start when like you were a kid.
I really wish I would have. I mean, when I was a kid, I was into like Warhammer 40K.
Yo,
and I was into
fire.
Yeah. I was, Nintendo 64 was like I beat Zelda Ocarina of Time 20 times.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No. Is that an exaggeration or is that actual factoids?
It's actually 21 times.
You beat Ocarina of Time 21 times?
Yeah.
Not even Majora's Mask, which starts over on the same day every day. You literally... That is the most impressive thing I've ever... Okay, so how many times have you beat Breath of the Wild now?
Only the once.
Wow. I guess that says something about Breath of the Wild. Or is it is it a nostalgia thing?
I think here's the big difference is that with Ocarina of Time there isn't a lot of things to explore outside of the main storyline. I mean, you can get like the big Goron sword, you can do like the Kukuru collection, and you can get all the gold Skulltulas. Like that's about it as far as like doing things outside of like this is like what we're like the platform of
I mean, think about how crazy that is, though. That back then, on like whatever a 64 cartridge was it 64 bits? Is that why it was a Nintendo 64? I don't even know. No, or not bits. It would be megabits or something. But either way, there's like no like it's about the like size of like 5 like MP3 files. You know what I mean? Is the size of like a 64 cartridge. You know what I mean? Like that's
and then you had Donkey Kong. Remember Donkey Kong, and you got like the expansion pack thing.
Yeah.
For it? Like that little like thing, like the red thing, and you're like, yo. I felt like Tony Stark. I was like putting that thing in my thing, like in the 64, and I was like that Nintendo 64 is about to like go, and just like had this like whole
transformer.
Yo, it was so. I was like, yo, there's this whole like. I don't know. I just thought it was so cool. I was like, I'm like upgrading my gear, man. It was so cool,
bro. You know,
at that point, sorry.
No. Good. Go ahead. Go off.
I was gonna say at that point in my life, like I was younger, so I don't have any money. So this was like gifted to me from my parents. Like shouts my parents for doing that for
shouts,
spending their money on me. Big shouts and just like. I just felt so proud. I was like, this is so cool to like have this thing to like level up my shit. Like it just felt like I had like many superpowers for a moment, and that was really cool.
So my feeling of that was the Game Shark.
Oh, don't even with Game Shark, dude.
Bro,
Fucking
the cartridge inside the cartridge, dude. You were You literally felt like you were hacking the system because you were putting a game cartridge into a different cartridge and then putting it into your system, and then all of a sudden, bro.
You gotta whip out the fingerless gloves, the fingertipless gloves.
Yeah.
The Neo gloves, man. Just be on there like fucking. I don't know. I'm holding my iPad.
Yeah. Ligma's calling me a cheating ass for using a Game Shark. If you didn't have a Game Shark when you were a kid and you played video games. Come the fuck on, dude. That was like part of the culture, bro. Get the fuck out of here if you're gonna say, "Oh, I was a pure gamer and never used a Game Shark." Come on, get out of here.
I just wanted to see what would happen.
I mean, yeah, and it's like I don't know. It's
okay. So what was the best game for cheats then? What was the most fun like tilted out or just. What was the best game with Game Shark?
Fuck.
I have my answer.
I don't even remember. Did Pokemon have a Game Shark?
I can't remember.
Because I know that I would use like the what was it in Pokemon when you would?
Yeah, who had a Game Shark? Who had it? What was the best one?
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Okay, people in chat are saying Pokemon. Yeah. I know.
It was Turok. Do you remember that game, the Dinosaur Hunter game?
Yeah, I never had it, but I played it.
You could go crazy with Game Shark and Turok. You could make everything change colors, and that's probably why I liked it the most because you could do the trippiest shit.
Yeah.
With it, but I don't know, it was so fun. It was so fun.
Yeah, the good old days, man.
There wasn't a lot of there wasn't so much of okay. the N64, like here's me at my skill based. There were some things, and those things were very important. I'm talking Mario Party. I'm talking obviously Mario Kart. I'm talking Bomberman, because you could be dope as fuck at Bomberman. Facts, I was. Shouts out. And the one of all ones, Super Smash.
Yeah, I'm still to this day horrible at Super Smash. I can hold my own in Mario Kart. Mario Party is a joke. There's no skill there. You just get lucky or you don't. Yo, have you played? Oh, you're not a.
There's
I know.
skill in Mario Party.
I know.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
The skateboard game where you got to jump the things. I was like, it's Tony Hawk and it's Mario.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was my favorite. That was my favorite. Isn't that funny how excited we would get to have, like, you know, you could have 7 Tony Hawk games sitting next to you, but you were more excited that there was skateboarding in Mario Party, and it was like there were 2 buttons, you know? Meanwhile, you could do like a 5 million point combo in Tony Hawk, but you're still more excited about the fact that there's skateboarding in a video game that's, I don't know. I thought about that the other day.
You think anybody ever went like pro in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
Oh,
like,
man.
Was there like a community for that? Because I feel like I got way too good at that game.
I feel like it wasn't there yet. Like there wasn't internet enough to the point where people could, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sitting in front of a computer. I might as well Google it, like Tony Hawk Pro Skater Pro competitions. Competition.
Probably something for it, man. I mean, I just got the new one recently, like the reboot version for PlayStation.
Fire.
And
super fire.
It was super fire. It you know, it was just super nostalgic. I loved it. I loved playing it. And I got my own character now. That was dope. Like in the game, there's no, like, you can't like play as GRiZ. That'd be cool though.
There's no GRiZ downloadable character. And then when
I'm right next to Nigel Houston, actually.
Yeah, and then when you play as GRiZ, if you do up down L1 R1 XX circle, then it starts playing Medusa.
It just whips out a saxophone though. How cool would that be? The saxophone.
Yo, that would be your special trick.
What's up?
Yo, like diagonally to the left and up and triangle, and you would grind. You would do like a nose grind and whip out the sax during the nose grind. That's some pure Tony Hawk Pro Skater shit right there.
It really is, like, because like the Muska grind, he would pull out like the boombox.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Totally
so
doable.
Sick.
Tony Hawk, where you at, bro? Get Grant in the game, dude.
He lives in Detroit. I was
Shut the fuck up. Why does Tony Hawk live in Detroit?
So I'll explain. I was in Los Angeles, and I was with one of my friends, Josh Hanford, and we were doing some photo shoots for like 4 albums ago at this point. And I was at the Ace Hotel, like downtown, and we were having breakfast. And I'm like sitting there, we're just having breakfast, and then this dude sits down next to me. I'm like, oh, that's fucking Tony Hawk. Just sit down next to us to have breakfast, and with his lady. And I was like, all right, word, respect. Like, I'm not the kind of person that's gonna be like, yo, hey, so Tony Hawk you're cool, and skateboarding is something that you do that I like. You know, like, I don't like. He's like, thanks, dude. I'm gonna have my waffles now, but you know, everybody in the world knows I do.
Yeah, but so. I feel like that's only because I feel the same way. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's only because we do what we do for a living. And we understand what it's like to just try to live your normal life. Not that, you know, either of us, I don't want to speak for you. I'll speak for myself. Not that I am in any sort of league remotely close to Tony Hawk. You know what I mean? But like, I do know what it is like to be going about my normal life and have someone come up and be like, yo, bro, like, no way, dude. And I'm like, sometimes it's like totally chill. And then sometimes it's like a lot, you know? Either way, it's totally fine. But I think because we've gone through that, we understand, we like see someone that we look up to so much. And like, you know, this has happened to me where like, not really in music, but like something like that, like a Tony Hawk or something, I'll see them and I'll just freeze. And I'm like, I'm not going up to that person. And Joanne will be like, yo, you have to. Like, this is your idol. Go say hi. And I'm like, no, absolutely not.
if it was my idol, I would go say hi. I'm Tony Hawk's. No, no hate. He's not like my idol though, you know. And I don't really have one. Maybe like Alan Watts or something, but he's dead though.
I mean, just because someone's not alive doesn't mean they can't be your idol. Oh, I guess you couldn't meet them though. I get it.
Yes. Yeah,
I'll shut up now.
I was well, I have two stories to tell. I'll tell my second story first, and then we can go back to Tony Hawk.
Oh God, here we go.
Because sometimes you just don't know where somebody is mentally. I was on vacation in northern Michigan, just like visiting this, and it was like during COVID times, it was like very recently too. And my stepdad, well, I'm gonna like whatever. I'm just gonna do it. So my stepdad was like, he has these like weed gummies, and so like I was like, hey Dave, do you have like one of those weed gummies? Because like, you know, I kind of just want one. And he was like, yeah, cool, like here's you know, have like a couple. I was like, that sounds great. And my brother does medical marijuana. He's got a big marijuana business in Michigan. It's legal there. Shouts out legality.
Attaboy.
And so here I am, and I eat this gummy, and I'm like, oh, this will be fine. It'll be like a chill experience. And so we go out for lunch, and I'm like sitting at lunch, and I don't feel high at all. And then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, I just like my soul like leaves my body feeling. And so
never experienced that in my life.
Yeah, it's like
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right. And so here I am, spirit self floating above myself, just like having like the weirdest time. Not even a great time necessarily. I just was like out of body experience.
No, that shit is the worst, dude. It's never a good time when you're watching yourself. You know, the only just a quick interjection here. The only time I've ever felt like that, other than with a gummy, is being so sick from like a strep throat or something like that. Like I had such a high fever that I left my body. And I was watching myself like over, and so I just assume because of that experience that if that's what's happening, you are dying. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I really do. Okay, so yes, I really do. I have. Yes. Okay. Yes. I know. Yes. I'm dying. I am now dying.
Your soul has left your body, but you're eating, you know, a club sandwich at lunch.
I'm having some and I'm just like my hands, like they don't like, everything's like on a lag, you know. It's like I'm like left hand to the right hand. I'm like, you know, and then it's like right hand over to bring my phone. I'm like, do it, like. Doing it, you know. It's like, and this person comes up to me with his wife, and they're like, oh my God, we're huge fans. I'm like in the middle of having this like experience,
full on panic attack.
They have their baby, and they're like, will you hold our baby? And I was like, the fuck? No,
yo,
no, absolutely not. And it's COVID.
Did you actually say that to them? You were like, fuck no?
And the problem with this whole situation was that because I didn't have control of my motor functions, neither did I have with like the consciousness of like how I was handling the situation. And so like I very trippily, like in a trippy manner, psychedelically handled this in a not good way. And these people, you could tell. But you know when you make a situation awkward and people like,
yes,
you know? And I did that, like I provided that energy for these people, and I was like, I can't touch you, and I can't touch your baby, and I'm fucking here. They left, and my parents looked at me and they're like, you need to go make this a better situation for those people, because I don't know what the fuck is going on, but you're acting super awful.
And you're like, Dave, this is your fault, bro.
And I had to make him, you know.
You know what? Shout out to the parents though, for being your PR team and being like, hey, Grant, probably not a great move.
Yeah. I mean, my parents are so fantastic. They they always handled me with my career very s- very supportively, even when they didn't help. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Like they didn't give me money. They didn't give me a place to stay. They didn't um like co-sign what I was doing. Besides my mom, she was like, "Do whatever you want to do." But my stepdad, my father were like, "Not." They weren't like, "Go do it." They're like, "Good luck," you know? Like
That's I feel like that was basically, yeah, I had a very similar experience. I know I know the
really,
feel. Yeah. Like
yeah,
I mean, it was kind of just like my mom was the same way as yours, where she was like, you can be whatever you want to be. Like, you can be a spaceman, you can be a this, you can
yeah.
be a that. And my dad,
Moms are so amazing. Fuck.
yeah. But my dad's outlook was kind of cool too. You know what I mean? He was like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. And it wasn't like a go for it and like do music and be a superstar. It was more like, you know, give it a shot. If it doesn't work, you better figure out something else. You know what I mean? I feel like that's just the very pragmatic, like dad mode, kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, like not the you have to be the bread earner and you have to, you know, go do this, which, you know, I feel like a lot of people's parents, whether it's a mom or a dad, might be like. So I would say that is supportive in its own way. Like, you know, when I was a kid, like, you know, for my birthday, my dad would always get me music stuff, you know, like guitar or an amp or fucking, you know, whatever. Or like when I was older and I was making electronic music, he bought me like Massive, you know, when I first started producing for my birthday or whatever. So it was like, you know, he was always down.
Wubs, dude.
Yeah, bro. So it's like he was always down to support the cause, but it wasn't like a this is what I think you should do with your life. It's like a if you really fuck with it, like I'm not gonna stop you, you know. Right. So yeah,
but that's helpful, you know, because it's like an emotionally like I'm here for you as like you are being somebody who is passionate and driven and wanting to do their things, but also like don't come to me for a fucking check because that's really not like that's not gonna you gotta just gotta figure it out in your own way.
Yo, there's a reason that the trope of the starving artist is like such a real thing. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you have to go through that, like, you know, I'm not figuring it out, or like, you know, this is something that I learned at music school that I think really, you know, kind of changed the game for me, and I feel like it changes the game for everyone, whether they actually realize what they're doing or not, is if you have a plan B, whether that's I'm going to go move back in with mom and dad, or I'm going to go get this cushy job because I have a college degree, or I'm going to go back to college and get a degree because music's not working out. If you have any of those, you're never going to end up making it in music. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to full like head first dive, like either I'm living on the streets or I'm doing music, you know? Like I had this bug in my head that was like, I'm either going to like end up working at McDonald's when I'm 50 or I'm going to do music for a living, you know? And like, I feel like that mentality is what you need to really make it. So like you were saying, I feel like, you know, the you know, your parents not being there to support you while you're trying to get to where you're going, it probably helped push you farther towards your success.
I'm gonna do an analogy, and it's not gonna be the greatest, but it's like if you if you always have a roof over your head, there's no reason to build one.
That's an amazing analogy. What are you talking about? That's like the most spot on shit I've ever heard. That was 10 out of 10.
I just came up with that with my brain, with my little brain here.
Yeah. So someone in chat said,
back to Tony Hawk.
Wait, I just want to say something real quick. Someone in chat said, LOL, my favorite musicians still have day jobs. And honestly, like, that's a very real statement. Because I started as a guitar player and I wanted to be in a metal band. That was my dream my entire life. And then I kept joining bands that were falling apart. and I found dance music, and I found really specifically producing electronic music. And I was like, oh, I'm a one-man band now. I only have to worry about myself. And that's the only reason that I'm sitting here. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason that I make dance music and I'm not a guitar player in a metal band. You know what I'm saying? And another big factor in that is when I was starting to produce electronic music, you know, as a guitar player, do you play guitar? I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, boom. There you go. You probably play every instrument. Whatever. Anyways, when you're a guitar player and that's your entire life, like it was for me, all I would do on the weekends is go to Guitar Center. You know, I would just walk in. I would play all the guitars that I loved. You know,
just give me like where's your most expensive guitar?
Yeah, I would literally like, you know, just pull guitars off the wall that I thought were cool, and just diddle around like every other. You know, now you go to Guitar Center. You're like, oh my God, this is fucking annoying. All these 12-year-olds playing the same songs out of these fucking amps and you can't even hear anything. I was that kid. So, you know, I try not to get upset because I get it.
I can't hate on the youth, man. Everyone's just trying to freak out and have fun.
So the point of this story is that I was probably 16. So I had been making electronic music for a couple years at this point. I was still super serious about guitar though. And I was going to metal shows like every single Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or something like that. Like, I would
good schedule.
Yeah, I would drive into San Francisco, and like on like a Tuesday night, Thursday night, whatever it was, there was always metal shows at the Regency, which is somewhere. Have you played at the Regency?
Ballroom.
Yeah, that was where I grew up, dude. Yeah, Regency Ballroom. I never played there. Cool. But I mean, fuck, man. Like I've gone to so many shows there.
It's like we don't need that. We're going straight to Bill Graham.
I mean, yeah, I played 1015 Folsom and then Outside Lands and then Bill Graham. Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm not going to complain.
A good track record. No, you shouldn't. That's awesome. Love that. We love that for you, Sam. That's dope.
Thank you. Not the point of the story. Who cares about me? Okay. The point is,
I care about you.
I went to a metal show on the weekend or during the week, saw one of my favorite metal bands. I can't remember who they are at this point.
His favorite metal band, he can't remember. Yep.
One of my favorite metal bands at the time, okay?
Okay, one of them.
Don't put me on blast right now, bro. I'm trying to tell a story.
Like a little bit on blast though. Just
So, I go to Guitar Center that weekend, and the fucking guitarist from the headlining metal band of the Regency is working at Guitar Center.
Oh shit, that's dope.
No, it's not dope, bro. It's not dope.
No, did you? Oh, for him it wasn't dope.
Yeah, and that's what I realized because I walked up to him and I was like, bro, like I saw your show this weekend and blah blah blah, and I was gassing him up, and he just like kind of seemed super bummed that I recognized him. You know what I mean?
Oh, like he was like, damn, this is like, you know, like I'm not like in character. This isn't like the thing that I want people to like see me doing.
It's either that or like that he was like, oh fuck, here we go again, like some other shit-nosed kid who's in here who's a fan of mine who I'm gonna have to fucking, you know,
sign.
Like try to convince him to buy this guitar or whatever, and he's like, I'm below, or this is below me, and I thought it was super cool at the time, and then I left and I was like, wait, like he's like living my dream but still working at Guitar Center.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think everyone's path is just so different, you know?
Yeah, but dude, specifically for metal, bro, like man, like think about like even for you, right? Like you do a live band thing a lot of times and you have like a big production and blah 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 whatever, but even still your overhead compared to actual touring bands is so low. So low.
Well, yes, definitely. You're so right, because when I just do like the GRiZ, like it was so different though. So like when it's just me and like the 5 people that do the show with me, like front of house sound, LD, tour manager, and then typically I have like between 0 and 3 featured guests. That would be
Right.
Muzzy Bear playing guitar.
Who was
or
in the
Chris
chat
Shira.
earlier? Shout out Muzzy Bear. He's probably still here.
That's not Muzzy. Chris Shira and or Colin, who are both vocalists, MCs, and singers. So that's for myself. That's like on the cheaper side of things. Sometimes I just go and do like small like club shindigs.
Shingling a ding dong.
That's the word.
I got you.
Shingling a ding dongs. And so sometimes I just do those little like micro things with my tour manager. But then usually my LD comes and like my sound guy will come anyway. So, but those people are on salary for a year, so that's a different story. Anyways, when I do the 15-person band, it's insanely expensive. Like,
okay, but at the end of the day, you don't have to split your commissions between 5 people. I understand. Yeah. Trust me, I get it. Like, and a lot of people don't get it. That, you know, when we go out and do these big, larger than life shows, we a lot of times end up making $0. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's
like when I do my Red Rock shows over the weekend, I don't make any money for those shows, and those all sell out very fast.
Yeah, I know, and it's like
that's been all on production. We just fucking
bro. When I did Coachella, I spent every single dollar that I made, plus then had to still recoup my losses from Coachella on the tour that I just did this year.
Yeah, you better, dude. So that's a big platform, and I think it paid off because you had that cool like hydraulic stage thing.
Yeah. It was worth it, but
cool.
But I'm just saying, you know, people assume like, oh, you know, you're playing Coachella, you're doing all these big shows, you're making crazy money, and then we actually end up making nothing. But all of that being said, at the end of the day,
you love doing it, you know.
Yeah, and it's also an investment in our brand. You know what I mean? Like you
get to like dream up this idea of like, yo, I want to throw a show where I start floating in the middle of my show, and you get to do that.
Yeah,
and it's like you're literally like doing shit that is in a dream, and that's like, fuck the money. Like, let's live dreams.
100%.
So cool. And like, if that shit starts getting lost on anybody, it's like, dude, it's time to fucking pack your bags, you know? Like,
fuck yeah.
Like fucking magic, bro. We're doing out here like doing some magic shit. Like, that is the coolest thing. And I miss shows so much. But here we are.
Yeah. You know? Let's not talk about shows too much. So, okay, back to my original point, because trust me, I'm on the same vibe as you. I get it.
I'm vibing.
You know, but I just want to put on my business hat for a second. You know what I mean? Because we do
have a hat that you wear when you do business stuff.
Nope, that wouldn't be it. Nope, I don't have my business hat, but I'm gonna put on the metaphorical business hat right now. There you go.
It says don't trip.
That is the most GRiZ business hat. The GRiZness hat.
It's the GRiZness hat.
The GRiZness hat, dude. Okay, anyways.
I saw Matt. Yeah.
So, so putting together the show of your dreams, doing something so cool for your fans, none of it is about money, but at the same time, we do have to run businesses, and investing your money into your live performances is, you know, to invest in yourself, to invest in your brand, to invest in your dreams, right?
Sure. We dreaming, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, you make $0, but then you get paid more money to do bigger shows, and then you end up spending all of that money on a bigger dream. So where does the money come from? We don't know. Anyways, the point is, even if you're making $0 at the end of the day, like, if you're in a band of 5 dudes, like, let's say you make $1,000 at the end of the night, right? After backline, production, you know, your production crew, you're paying out all of the people that are on salary, you have $1,000 after the show. That then gets split 5 ways after it gets taxed on by your business management, or your business management, your lawyer, your agent, whatever. That's why being in a band is almost impossible for metal. Cause like, and that's what I realized. And like, we're super fortunate in dance music for the most part, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm fucking saying? That at the end of the day, like, we still get shit taxed on us all the time. You know, like, I have a manager, I have business managers or accountants, whatever, lawyer, agency, so on and so forth, that all take percentages of stuff. But I still get 100% of whatever's left after that, and I'm not splitting it with someone else. Or at the most, if you're a duo or a trio, you're splitting it 2 or 3 ways and not 5.
Right.
Like, that's rough.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to be in a band, that's for sure.
Yeah, so shout out to all the people that make it work in bands. And like,
Facts.
the whole point of this long-winded story that I've been on right now is the fact that someone in the chat said that some of their favorite musicians still work day jobs, which is a reality. You know what I mean? But
Been doing that, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know,
Get it.
More
There's like
more
it's
respect.
like that, like,
Go ahead.
there's like that, like, I had like a commit moment. It was like just like jump in and swim. And I was working at I was a dishwasher at a Mexican restaurant, and I was doing that for years. And I was also a cook there, but everything was only microwaved or steamed. So like, weird. It was gross.
All right, off stream, let me know what that was so I make sure not to go there when I'm in Detroit.
I'm gonna put them on fucking blast right now, dude. Fuck this place. It's called Ella's Teco in East Lansing. Fuck that place. You know that place? That place.
All my homies hate that place.
Big time. No, because the problem is that people actually like that shit when it's on some bullshit. If you get the nachos, it's literally nachos, refried bean paste that you have to take out of this bean gun. And I had to clean the bean gun shit. Suck, dude. Fuck that. The tube, like, ugh. Yeah, it's a type of, man, it's like from nightmares, you know? Fuck that place. But like, shouts out everybody that works there because that's just tough. And that place is, everything burns your hands when you're cooking there. Everything. So like, you have to build up like calluses on your fingers because everything you touch is so hot, it just burns. It just burns your hands no matter what. And then if you're a dishwasher, that dishwashing machine, if you're a dishwasher, you know, you pull that shit up and it's so hot. And there's no way to do it. Like if you did it the right way, you'd be doing it so slow. So no one's trying to do that. Everyone's just trying to get their shit done, right? So like you like pull the thing up and there's water dripping out of this like metal hood that's like 100 and like fucking like 20 degrees. It's just like scalding hot water with chemicals and it just burns your arm when you pull this shit out. And yeah, you can wear long sleeve shirts, but then you're sweating and it's just a bad situation. The worst. I hated it. Fuck Ella's Taco.
Damn, bro.
I walked out of there and I was like, you know what? I'm done doing this dumb. Not dumb because I don't want to like downplay it because I like working in restaurants is actually mad dope and you can make good cash doing it. But I was dumb. I was done like working for
the man, dude.
What? Yeah, it's just like I was like, I don't believe in this food, man. I don't believe in this situation. So I was like, for me, I had to back my ass out. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and do this music thing, and I'm gonna live super poor, and we'll just see if it works. You know, I had to roll the dice. I was like, it's time to roll that. And it worked. You know, but for a really long time, I was taking advances from my booking agency on gigs because I couldn't make ends meet. I was like, yo, can I get that money for like 2 months from now for that show that's gonna happen? Because like I need to pay like my rent and stuff, and like I was still hustling weed the entire time, you know. So like I was trying to make it happen.
I mean, yeah, but and that's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make, man. Is you took that head first dive straight in, and we're like, fuck that shit. I'm making it happen, bro.
And he was like, fuck that. I'm gonna sell pot and make music.
No.
I know though.
Okay.
But also no.
Yeah.
Also kind of.
Anyways, the point is, this whole long-winded thing was all about if you feel like you want to do music for a living, you have to understand that there's going to be a breaking point, like there was with you at LS Teco, where you have to decide like my happiness is worth more than my comfortability. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yes.
Okay. You just looked up into the stars as if you did not know what I was saying.
I think it's pretty comfortable to be happy, but I understand what you mean by like the means of like my living comfort is what you
Yeah,
meant.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I
I'm
would.
sorry. I was just saying. I was like, I'm trying to be like that, man. Fuck.
I don't. I don't think that happiness and comfortability are one and the same. I think that you can
I
be
don't think so
super
either.
happy. I think you can be super happy and uncomfortable, and I think you can be super comfortable and unhappy. I would actually argue.
That's where.
I would argue that the more comfortable you are, the less happy you probably are. I mean, think about people that have like millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, right?
Sometimes even billions
Even billions.
and billions.
And what was I gonna say? They have all this
And
money. They have the
billions
dopest house. They can buy whatever the fuck they want. Whatever. Everything is peachy keen, and they get too comfortable. And you know, I grew up around people like this. You know, I didn't grow up like that by any means. We were happy and, you know, comfortable in the sense that, you know, I had a roof over my head and, you know, whatever. And my parents were, you know, supportive and great. I'm not saying that I grew up in the slums or whatever. I'm absolutely not. But I grew up
from the slums.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. But
Okay.
I grew up around a lot of people that had so much money that they didn't understand how to be happy, and they created in their heads their own issues to be upset about, to be, you know, to make their lives feel like, oh, my life is so hard and
Right.
you know, whatever. And it's literally just from being so comfortable that your brain has to create stress. You know what I mean?
I have a I'm kind of like in the mindset of it's tough for me to 1,000,000% agree with that because I do agree with that a lot, and I think that that was very smart what you came up with there with like being so comfortable that you need to come up with your own pain. That's a beautiful song lyric. Actually, you should hold on to that one.
Well, I don't
Um,
write song lyrics, so you can have it if you want.
all right, cool. Uh, but I do believe that there is a certain amount of cognitive dissonance that comes with silver spoon lifestyle shit. That is like it's like not it's hard to relate to it because you can't because that's not your life or my life nor was my life, and so I can't assume that it isn't hard in a different way. And I'm that's like the whole thing I'm trying to get into. Or I'm not trying to because I am. I'm getting into um, putting love and empathy at people, and to make it not so deep. I think the perfect intersection of comfortability and happiness is a hot tub.
No, but I want to get deep. We're at that point, dude. We are all the way in
Okay.
the tank. This podcast is called In the Tank, and we were circling the rim of the tank, and we have now
Wanted to get-
officially we've dove in, bro. And you
Yeah, I wanted to
honestly,
keep it lighthearted, but okay, we can. Do
we
it.
can get deep for like a minute, right?
Okay,
Just a minute.
I'll put it on the timer.
But what you just said is so fucking true, man. You put me in my place. You know what I mean? Because you're right. I don't know what it is to grow up with, you know, literally ungodly amounts of money. Neither do you.
Right.
So like,
Right.
who are we to talk about how easy their lives must be?
So there's do you know the story of Siddhartha? It's the story of the Buddha.
Right.
And this guy grew up as a prince. And so the story of the Buddha goes, I'm gonna completely fuck this up. So everybody make sure to rake me in the comments because I'm not gonna get it right. But I'm gonna
Make
do
sure
my
you
best.
like and subscribe, chat.
Yeah. As I share the story of a different cultural heritage that I am that is not mine, but I will do my best to recount the story of Siddhartha. There's a book called Siddhartha that I read. My dad actually made me read it, and so major shouts to my dad. Super woke shit for a freshman in high school. But so the story is that the Buddha was a prince, and he was like his parents were like, I don't want this person to ever suffer. I don't want him to ever suffer. I don't want him to ever even know what suffering is. I don't want him, like, he didn't even see old age. Everyone around him was always young, so that he wouldn't see the pains of old age. He always had like pleasures, like sex whenever. He always had like food, like
Wait, the parents set that up? All the sex stuff?
Yeah, yep. They set up everything.
Kind of sus.
The women, I mean, at different times, man. You know,
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Whatever.
You know,
Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge?
Yeah,
I don't know their life.
Different times.
Yeah.
This is like thousands, you know, over. I think this is like BC shit. My man.
Before COVID.
Yeah, definitely. So just a few months though, by a few months. And so this prince, who is the Buddha, was like, yo, I'm actually kind of curious what's outside the palace, because I'm just trying to see what's going on. And so one night he snuck out of the palace and was like shocked. And his inspiration to the path towards enlightenment was the path towards the Buddha was the 3 sufferings or the 4 sufferings that he witnessed. One was old age. One was he witnessed somebody like being old. He's like, oh my God, people can be old and like dying. That's crazy and sad. And then the next was poverty. The next was disease. I think it's 4. And the next was hunger, which I think was also poverty. So maybe it's just the 3. And he was like, yo, this is fucked. And I can't believe what I've been living. And like, I've been like doing this other shit. Like that's not even real. Like I need to go like dive into all this. And then he like went on to do like the meditation thing and like invent that. And then he sat underneath this tree and then was like, then reached nirvana through meditating underneath this tree. He himself did like fasting and like wanted to experience the sufferings, I think, or something. This is where I'm starting to fuck up the story a lot, but yeah. So used to be a super rich dude, and then was like, fuck all the rich stuff. I'm gonna go like get enlightened.
Yeah, I know.
It also relates to your comfortability thing too, which is actually kind of an attribution to your point.
Boom.
Sort of.
So yeah, fuck you, dude. I'm right. You're wrong. Yeah, take that. Buddha says so. No, but you know what's crazy though? All right, later, dude. So there's like actually kind of like a 2020 version of the Buddha story that I was just reading about the other day. Not exactly the same, but oh man. Let's see if I can find this. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. No. Go ahead. Billionaire donates entire wealth. Yep, here we go. Dude's name is Chuck Feeney. He started what's it called? Duty Free America.
Okay.
You know what Duty Free America is, because you're in airports a lot. You know, like duty free stores.
Oh yeah.
Like that's him.
I know.
Right? Like he like that's him, bro.
Okay, so he's got like things going on.
Yeah, so he amassed a wealth of around $8 billion. Billion.
Feel bad for that guy. It's not enough.
I know, right? But he, you know, a lot of people with tons of money will, either create funds or whatever, so that when they pass away, a bunch of their money goes to charity or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's dope.
This dude took it like 10 steps further and was like, while I'm alive, I'm going to donate everything.
Oh, so what happened?
So he donated. Okay, wait. His foundation was first set up in 1982.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know it was happening.
Yeah, and I want to say at the end of September, he reached his goal of giving away his entire $8 billion fortune.
Whoa.
He was
this
left.
September?
Yeah. This happened like a month ago. This is when I was reading about it. So I think he left himself and his wife something like $2 million, which is still more than a lot of people have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're talking about 2 versus 8 billion, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, he kept 2 billion.
2 million with an M.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, so he donated, what is that, $799.8 billion?
Yeah, 799.998.
Something like that. And so, yeah, he set up this whole fund, and like he hired a bunch of people and was like, yo, like by this time in 2020, we're going to donate every single one of these dollars. And instead of, hoping that this money goes somewhere where it makes a difference, I'm going to personally decide where all of this money goes and actually see the world change. And so like he built a bunch of forests and schools and like donated to, trying to solve cancer and other health problems and whatever. And he basically like gambled his money away, but on charity. You know what I mean? He was like, all right, cool. I'm going to give these people $350 million and see what they do with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, think about coming up on $350 million.
Yeah. And the crazy fucking thing is he did it all anonymously. Every single one of his donations was anonymous, dude.
Now we know, though.
Yeah, now we know. Now we know.
And now we can get him.
So yeah, imagine that. Imagine that you're working, at a nonprofit, and you're like, fuck, man, like we're trying to make ends meet. We're trying to do good things for people, and all of a sudden, Mr. White Knight Anonymous drops in. And he's like, here's 150 mil.
Oh.
Yeah, everyone in the chat saying it was tax write-offs. If he was donating like the bare minimum to get tax credits, that's one thing. This dude donated almost 99% of his entire fucking fortune. That is not tax write-offs. Don't get me started on that bullshit. This is just a dude who wanted to do good. All right.
Jaw's not here to accept the conspiracy theory against this guy.
Yeah. Not with it. But that's the closest thing that we have to Buddha in 2020. You know what I'm saying?
And what if Jeff Bezos is, I have a lot of words for him, but what if that human, or like,
don't forget, we're on twitch.com. We're on twitch.tv right now, which is owned by Amazon, which is owned by Jeff Bezos.
I know, but like, what if they care about me though? Like whatever. They ain't got shit on me. They can stop. Just please don't stop delivering packages to my house.
Yeah. all my homies.
Isn't that the biggest like conundrum of the entire thing? Is like, it's like, yeah, man, dude, F Jeff Bezos, and then it's like, can't wait for my Amazon Prime thing coming in tomorrow. I can't wait for those.
I mean, I'm honestly, bro, I'm like, at this point, like, there's so many fucking overlords of the universe that I want to take up arms against, and Jeff is just not the one for me.
He's not the one. Who's the overlord that you wanna battle?
I mean, fuck, dude.
How would you battle them?
With long swords. And
swords, okay.
And other, magical spells from the Dungeons and Dragons universe, because I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3, which is based on Dungeons and Dragons 5e.
Yeah. That's Dan's been playing that. He's been trying to get me into it.
It's super lit.
The beta's a little shaky for me to get through it. I was watching.
Yeah. It's a little rough, but I had a blast. I already beat it. But
already beat it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 20 hours of gameplay, so I play it like 3 or 4 hours a day.
Yeah, that's nothing crazy.
Yeah. But it's only chapter 1.
The Skyrim this week.
Yeah. Fucking go off. Anyways,
been going off on Skyrim, dude. I love that game.
Back to if we're gonna call Tim Cook Tim Apple, I'm gonna call him Jeff Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
I fucks with Jeff Amazon because he started as a bookseller. Everyone laughed at Amazon. I laughed at Amazon. When I was a kid and Amazon came out, I was like, who the hell's ordering books on the internet? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, maybe a lot of people did, though.
Apparently. You know what I mean?
When did Amazon like really like start getting popular? I have no idea. Just all of a sudden became like the most thing. Like when I started, I was like,
I feel like when Prime was invented was really when it changed the game, because they were the first ones to be like, yo, for $10 a month, you can get some your delivery for free and it'll be super fast. And everyone was like, wait, what? Like, okay. And I think that's what really, really like set them like on like the mission to the moon, so to speak. But anyways, I rely on Amazon so much. They provide such a service for my life and literally everyone's lives that I'm just not even going to pretend like I'm upset about anything that Jeff Amazon does. You know what I mean? And like,
right, yeah.
Just like what you were saying, like, you know, how can you be like, oh, corporate overlords, and then be like, oh, my knickknacks just got here that I ordered 20 minutes ago. You know what I mean?
I love my knickknacks.
Yeah, we all do. Otherwise, Amazon wouldn't be a thing, bro. It's literally, you know what I mean?
DoorDash. I think I like DoorDash more than I like Amazon, though, if I'm being real.
Interesting. I don't even use DoorDash.
I mean, like, okay, I was like I made a pie, an apple pie from Skrizatch.
From Skrizatch.
Like super duper. Like I made the dough. I even went to an apple orchard to get the apples. Dude, I'm like,
wait, you didn't Amazon Prime your apples from the orchard?
No, dude.
Wait, so what does this have to do with DoorDash?
Wait, this story's developing. I still didn't tell you what happened with Tony Hawk, but that's okay. Said hi to him.
Dude, everyone who's gonna be listening to this podcast after the fact is gonna be like, bro, what happened with Tony Hawk?
The world may never know.
Yeah.
But so I had the apple pie finished, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. And I was like, shit, you know what I forgot? That's about to be so literoni mastacholi once I get this like cool
ice
down
cream
a little bit and update. Is vanilla ice cream.
Yes.
And you know what? DoorDash, bro. Wow.
So like, not UberEats or Postmates, but specifically DoorDash.
Yeah, I think I fuck with DoorDash the most.
Why?
Why DoorDash and not UberEats or Postmates? Yeah. I mean, this is a bland ass conversation, but I just think that they have the most selections. You know,
that's fine. That's fine. You know what? People might be listening to this after the fact, having an internal dilemma with themselves about which food delivery service they want to use. And you know what?
I've done it all, man. You know.
Yeah, and I honestly don't use any of them anymore. Now that I'm home so much.
Wow! Shouts out.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I have the plug. One of my really good homies, Caesar, runs a meal prep company in Orange County.
Oh wow!
And so like dope. I eat meal prep a lot from him, and Joanne and I will cook a lot. And I mean, if we really need to get food that isn't already at the house, like we'll drive to In-N-Out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I did like, and I really honestly. I feel like it has to do with where you live, because when I lived in West Hollywood,
that's facts.
I would wake up in the morning in West Hollywood. Before I even got out of bed, I would hit Postmates, order my favorite coffee. And also, to be fair, when I lived in West Hollywood was when all of this shit first got popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like I felt like I was so living in the future to like wake up, tap, order my favorite coffee, and then like go back to bed and wake up 20 minutes later and like my coffee's at the door and I'm like, oh,
that
like,
is future.
Welcome to the Jetsons, bitch. You know, like
that is, the Jetsons are so dope.
Yeah.
That is future. You are living in the future. We are living. The future is now, my friend. The future is right now.
Yeah. Except our future is no one can go outside and We're closer to Idiocracy than the Jetsons, but that's all right.
Yeah, we're definitely there. No, we're it's not close. It is. We're there.
If you haven't watched the movie Idiocracy yet, it's
a good one.
I don't give a fuck what your political preferences are. It means nothing to me in relation to this conversation. Everyone could watch Idiocracy right now and be like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, welcome to America.
Yeah.
Yo, actually I'm kind of almost like sort of itching to like play. Are we gonna play a game?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said the other day, like we just talk, and then when we're ready to move on, with our lives. Oh, that's so cute. GRiZ still playing Among Us on the iPad. I love it.
Oh, don't.
I love it. I love it. Well, shit. You know what? Before we start playing video games, I want to give
Crank 90s on my iPad.
Crank 90s on the. You play Fortnite on that thing?
Oh, fuck no. Hell no.
I mean,
I play with my scuff.
Yo, so that's how I actually got Habstract into playing video games on this last tour. He did like the entire bus tour with me at the beginning of this year. Yeah. And I started playing Fortnite with him because he had an iPad. Because, you know, we had like our gaming laptops and we would play like COD and whatever. And he felt all left out. I was like, yo, like, you can get Fortnite on your iPad. Here's an Xbox controller. Like, I'll download Fortnite. And like, he got obsessed. You know, like when you first play Fortnite for the first time and like you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? It was awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways, before we start playing video games, I want to open the floor to a couple questions from the chat, because the whole point of doing this live on Twitch is, you know, and if you're listening to the podcast right now or you're watching it on YouTube, you know, every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, when I do In the Tank, whoever I am interviewing, you can come and be live in the chat and ask your favorite artists or other interesting people questions about life. And with that being said, chat, everyone wants to know the Tony Hawk story.
No, I'm not telling now.
Yeah, no one will ever know. No one will ever know. All right, like, serious questions, chat. Are you watching chat right now?
Make it super blown up. What?
Are you watching chat right now, or should I read them for you?
I have it right here.
Oh, I can see it in your eyes. Glasses. I can see it in your face.
Kind of like Rez.
Kind of. Be my guest.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Whenever you read a question, just read the question out loud so that if someone's listening to this in the future,
but make it a square. Since in the interest of this being like a co-pro for our song, the inspiration for the song was a tweet that Jauz made in May.
You can call me Sam. It's okay.
Okay, people know. Not that it's a secret, but
wait. Real name reveal at 5 million subscribers.
But yeah, he wrote this tweet that was like, I want to make some retro dubstep thing, and I was like, dude, perfect, sick. I love that vibe.
And then Grant made the sickest song of all time and sent it over to me and was like, yo, dude, you want to do this together? And I was like, bet. And then I pooped on it, and then it was a song.
Then we boom blapped it. All right. Great. Who's Jauz with the person with the thing, with your logo and the thing? Are there any more plans for Grizzmatic or Big Grizzmatic? Not for Big Grizzmatic, because that honestly is like this. Just kind of like it'll happen when it does. And for Grizzmatic, I'm working on doing new things with Grammatic currently. So yeah, some new shit should pop up really
Dennis
soon.
Is doing a show in Chicago tonight.
That's right. Shouts out. Go to a show or don't. Safely. Whatever.
It's a drive-in. It's a drive-in.
Make your own choices. Sam is Jauz, lol. Is there a special word for shark poop?
I'm gonna guess not, but I'll Google that while you find another question.
What started my passion for music? I blame it. So there's this movie called Fantasia, and I used to watch it all the time as a kid. Like my mom would instead of having a babysitter, she'd like park me in front of that movie and then go run errands. And then we watched it so many times that we burnt out the VHS tape, and she had to buy me a new one.
Wow.
And I blame that movie for me liking music.
There you go.
Yeah. Favorite genre of EDM?
Dot. None
That's
of
kind
it?
of like no, I fucking love dance music. I'm a big fan of Tech house. I'm a big fan of step. I love rhythm, most of it. I love like IDM, which would be like intelligent dance music. I love drum and bass. There's not like a subgenre of this EDM music that I don't like,
What
really.
about actual EDM, like Big Room House?
Does big room house get to be the definition for all of EDM though?
Well, that's why EDM as a term has such bad flack, because it was really coined around, you know, the Dutch European big room sound. So like when people, I say EDM all the time as a general term for electronic music that you're supposed to dance to. You know what I mean? But my question is, like, you know, how do you feel about these stuff that like a normal person who says EDM, like that's what they're referring to? You know what I mean? Like, do you listen to that shit?
Well, I think
that's pretty far from the GRiZ tree. You know what I mean? That apple fell off at a different orchard.
yeah, my tree's really big though, but also true. Like I definitely don't resonate with like big room house, that sound so much. But I think that there's a lot of validity in it for, like everyone likes different shit and that's totally cool.
Totally.
And like that's not on my playlist, but a lot of people really dig that sound, so that's cool too.
I wish I could field questions that well. Because you're such an outspoken person, but at the same time, you're able to like word things in a way that are like that was so positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was a big hater though too. Like I used to be a huge hater, and I just chose not to be a hater anymore because that shit was whack, dude. I used to be such a hater. I was like, house music sucks. Like only like rootsy, like heady bass music is like worthwhile. And dude, fuck that attitude. Like
like why?
like the worst.
Like music at its core is to elicit an emotional response in someone and provide a connection. And if that music is doing that for somebody, even the genres of dance music that I really fucking hate, you know what I mean? Like, I listen to it and I'm like, this is not music. I want to gouge my eyes out. If someone is fucking with that so hard that they're going to support that person at a show, or they're spending money on the music, the merch, whatever, they have internalized that so much as speaking to their soul. Like, who am I to tell that person that they are wrong? You know?
Yeah, just let people live their life and be happy on the shit that they're happy about. That's cool. That's cool with me.
Yeah.
And I think when I was starting to form an identity around, or when I started to enjoy certain electronic music, it helped me to, like, I didn't have an identity within it so much, so I needed I didn't need to, but I formed an identity through it by loving on so intensely the things I did love on. And when somebody else was like, "Yo, maybe this is also cool," I'd be like, "Well, that sort of threatens my not like my identity, the things that I like within this thing." So it's like,
that's
no.
huge. That is the root of it. That is the root of it. If you are, and I don't say this in a negative way, you know what I mean? But it's going to sound negative coming out. But I don't have a better way to put it, because I'm not GRiZ. So my I don't mince my words. It's going to come off a little aggressive, but that's fine. If you're a one-trick pony, you know what I mean? And you're like, this is my shit, then yeah, anyone else liking anything else that isn't your shit would be like, wait, people like shit that isn't the stuff that I do? Like, no, that's fucked up. That means that people aren't, that person isn't liking what I'm doing. And what I do is the best because I'm me and I'm the best, and everyone should like what I'm doing. And if they don't like what I'm doing because they like something else, they can't like me too. That's impossible.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's like the entire reason I started Jauz. You know what I mean? Was like, I was that person. I was the biggest dubstep fucking basshead, rail rider, whatever. That's all I wanted to do. It's all I thought was cool. everything else was fucking, for little bitches. You know what I mean? And
right.
Finally, I had like a fucking come to Jesus moment, and I was like, maybe I should stop just trying to be a dubstep producer, and I should like make the music that genuinely is going to like just come out of me naturally and just see what happens. Because currently I'm not liking anything that I'm doing. And I started listening to everything. I started making everything. And once you have appreciation for all different kinds of music in the way that you're talking about, I feel like that's when you really do find your actual identity. You know what I mean? And like, to me, that's what has happened to GRiZ. You've always had identity. Don't get me wrong. But like, I don't know, like the fact that, I've been listening to GRiZ music since I was like 15, and you're now at like, consistently growing, but now at a point where I feel like your career, your brand, you as a musician, you've never been more GRiZ than you are right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, sweet. Fuck yeah. I love hearing that.
And like,
Thanks,
and that's like, I don't even mean that just from a musical standpoint too. Like, obviously, like, more people know who you are. The music you're putting out is not always, of course, it's always been incredible, but like, to me, like, just hearing all the music that you've been putting out in the last however long, like, it feels like you've hit this like fucking like hyper speed fucking like warp in space, and just like you're like on like Kanye based levels of making music right now.
Damn. I take it. I don't know what is going on ever, but I gotta go with it,
Yeah.
Fucking just yeah. I don't. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate the compliment, and it feels good to hear it. It feels good to hear it from people that I respect so much. So thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to actually talk about it more. That was like one of the things that I wanted to bring up, but we didn't get to it. But this conversation was great, and that's fine. And it doesn't fucking matter because we're gonna go play Among Us now. So if you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to the podcast right now, unfortunately, this is where our time together ends. Grant,
such a nice way to go out, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We should do this again.
Let's do it. I mean, I do it every single week, so I'm gonna run out of guests eventually. So you're welcome. You're welcome
finally hear
anytime.
The story of Tony Hawk.
Oh yes. Okay. Is there anything that you would like to tell the people, whether they're watching on YouTube, listening to it as a podcast, wherever it's available? This is your final chance. Don't squander it.
It's like so framed up.
Are you watching yourself?
On a delay, it's the craziest thing. And then I'll do it on there. Whatever. There he just did it. Wow, that's incredible. The last thing that I want to say is to. There were so many things, but make space for more people in this world than just yourself, and really give that other person your empathy and your full attention and your full effort to understand them.
I mean, yeah. I don't think there's a better way to. I feel like I'm going to take that audio clip and put it at the end of every single podcast, just so that it gets drilled into people's heads, because especially with, the way the world is right now and everyone at each other's throats, I think that those are the words that probably everyone needs to hear more than ever, really. So thank you for blessing the stream. Thank you for blessing the podcast with your wise words. And like I said, if you're watching or listening to the podcast right now, unfortunately our time is up, but me and Grant and the rest of the people in the Twitch chat are about to go play Among Us and get weird on some video games. So if you want to be here next time, You should probably come hang out Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/JawzOfficial. Boom. And we're done. All right, guys, that is it for the podcast with GRiZ. I hope that you learned a lot. I hope you had a blast. That was one of the most fun conversations I've had in a long time. And every time I talk to Grant, we just have these incredible conversations. So I'm glad that I finally got to record one because I feel like there was a lot of good info in there for you guys. Like I said at the beginning, and I'm sure I said it throughout the interview as well, make sure that you come hang out with us on Twitch every Thursday when the podcast is being recorded live. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday on twitch.tv/JawzOfficial. Mondays, I do demo reviews normally. Wednesday, I work on my own music. And then Thursday, we do this podcast. That's twitch.tv/JAUZOfficial, 5 p.m. Pacific time, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Come hang out. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Until next time, why don't you shoot me a tweet, drop a comment on YouTube, whatever it is, use the hashtag in the tank. And let me know what you think. If you have ideas for new guests, whatever it might be, get active. Because I do this for myself, but I also do it really for you guys. And I want to know what you think of the show, and I want you to help shape the show. We're still in our very infantile stages, and I want to see this grow and become something beautiful, and I need your help. So get active, drop a comment, make sure to subscribe, and use the hashtag in the tank and let me know what you think. Until next time, much love, peace